Hello, everybody, and we have welcome to the show. Here we have Gary Kendall, our from Norfolk Tide, the field manager, the manager down there. He used to be in Bowie, used to be in Aberdeen, used to be all over the place in the Baltimore Orioles system. So, Gary, thanks for joining us. Talk about the season so far. You guys are playing this new six-game format. Are you enjoying it?
I kind of am. There's some pluses, some minuses. I mean, the pluses, once you get to a place or once you get home or once you get to a city away from Norfolk, you can kind of unpack your bags and stay a while, almost a week. And probably the drawbacks to it are probably more so with the player because if you have a weakness and the way the season's formatted so far, like case in point, we played Durham 12 out of 18 games.
Mm-hmm.
So if they spot a weakness or a flaw in your swing, they certainly expose you. And so the word gets around the league a little quicker. And when you see a team 6 straight days, it can lead to a tough week for you if they can make some adjustments to you and you can't make those adjustments quick enough. Yeah. But I kind of like it. I mean, from a manager standpoint, like I said, you're able to get someplace and put your bags in and sit there and play some baseball. I treat it almost like a home series. You don't get the access to the field like you do when you're home.
Right.
The league's kind of spread out, which I'm not crazy about. The league runs as far south as Jacksonville, and we go as far west as Memphis and Nashville. Now, because of COVID and the way the schedule was changed, we won't go to Nashville this year.
Okay.
But we certainly go to Charlotte, Jacksonville, and Durham quite a bit, and They come to our place. I think we play them over 90 times, those 3 teams. So it gets a little redundant. But I think next year, when things kind of open up and there's COVID hopefully is gone,
right?
The old international league can come back where you're playing some different teams, a variety of teams. So there's pluses and minuses.
Yeah, and it's also hard for you guys because if you have a 6-game series, you have a starting pitcher go game 1, you'll see him in game 6. So
yeah,
it's like you're like, okay, what did he do to me in game 1? Then we could find out what we could tee off him on in game 6.
Definitely. So you get a chance to see that one starter twice.
Yeah.
You see some bullpen guys a variety of times. But outside of the travel, the travel's pretty extensive. And because of COVID, we bust most of our trips. I think we're going to fly down Memphis, which is coming up in July around the All-Star break. And I think we're going to fly possibly to Jacksonville towards the end of the year if we could get league approval.
Wow. Yeah. So it's getting better. This whole COVID thing's slowly. Everybody's opening up, and I feel like I actually went to an Oriole game a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't been there in 2 years. So I'm like, wow. And this is very interesting to be out and about.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to feel a little normal.
Yeah.
You look up in the stands, and most of the people have been vaccinated, so you don't see as many masks, and because we've reached our 85%, our mandate that in the dugout we don't have to wear masks. I know at the alt site in spring training and the alt site last summer, which was in Bowie, both places, and it got a little hot, and with that mask on, it can lead to some, you just really get overheated. So right now I'm sitting in Norfolk. I'm in the dugout. It's about 70 degrees, and there's a breeze, and no mask, and kind of feel human. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, talk about this doubleheader tonight. Because you guys got washed out, so it's the classic 7 innings in one game and 7 innings in the other game, right?
Yeah, we started 5:05, and we'll play a 7-inning game, and then we'll probably have a break in between of about a half hour, and we'll start game 2. Roughly, so hopefully around the what would be the start of game 2 originally, or game 1 originally. So. But things are going better. The team's playing better. From the start of the year, we got off to a horrendous start. Well, I didn't think we really did anything well. We didn't pitch consistently. We didn't hit. We didn't play defense. And then we had some really, really untimely injuries. We lost Jemai Jones for a while, a big stretch, and we lost Yusel Diaz for a while. And then, of course, you're talking about losing some call-ups to Baltimore.
Right.
So you really never hit our stride. And then a couple of weeks ago, we started playing really good baseball and against some of the teams that were manhandling us at the beginning of the season. So since that time, we've been playing a little over 500 baseball. So there's a lot of encouraged signs. I like the way our pitching is and the way our bullpen has been. A lot of players because of COVID. We're allowed 33